It gotta be a must. Being around my people was always plus. They thinking I'm a pass, but I always rush. Me missing out, boy, you must be nuts. I'll hop there if I was crippled, bruh. Hey, stand up. Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing over. Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing on.
The Egyptians is coming, eat the land with shoes on our feet. The Father delivered us, killed their oldest ones in they sleep, and they was mad. Remember that as you sit in your seat, the Pharaoh thought he was God and then finally suffered defeat, and it was sweet. Rejoicing and celebrating, happy as we could be, cause we was free from our enemies, repenting and watching repeat as we return to the Father, get in the spirit and out your seat, and cast your cares on the Lord, and stop worrying about your week. We pass over kosher wine, sipping on, and we ain't got the energy to feed the things you tripping on. Go against the Lord, and that's a brick that you'll be kicking on, and you can get the throne cause the knowledge that you're sitting on. If you ain't moving and grooving, then you ain't in the spirit. I'm trying to see what you doing, brethren, get in the spirit. You should be dancing and laughing, maybe you didn't hear. The second Passover coming, nations better fear.
Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing over. Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing on.
14th day of the year, you dig? Unleavened bread and them lamb pieces of sin. Seeing all the brothers I haven't seen in the men. Saluting so much, man, my arm became stiff. Ha, you know the class gonna be hard. Seeing how the Father put shame to all their gods. Salvation is near, I know it be seeming odd. Better eat that lamb and hasten, be sure that your feast shod. I've been waiting since the quest. I had spirits on me, they canceled the whole ship. But Passover, bruh, I gotta be in the mix. Cause the unity of brethren is something I can't mix. From Orlando to Dallas to Carolina be epic. 4 hours sleep in a week, it be hectic. Party, 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 can't help it, it's our genetics. It's our history, respect, and salvation here is prophetic.
Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing over. Nice sunny day outside, you coming over? First day of the year, moving to Passover. It's a feast day, we do what the Lord told us. Enduring to the end, until this thing on.
Who is he when they look at me? Garment clean, hanging low, fringes swing when the wind blows. They know I'm different, I'm not the same. They say I've changed, I know I'm gifted. Blessed by God and His mercies. It's common courtesy to move with urgency. When you hear His word, to live perfectly. In God's eyes, that's all that matters. The street shatters when we walk through. Respect it, removing order. Most High Army.
Fourth son in the building, come on. Big stepping in my purple and gold. The righteous is bold. The Lord on our side. Deal the cards. We ain't gon' fold. Dry bones in the streets. Standing on their feet. Come and look and see. They preaching in the streets. We pull up on the scene. Look at me. Standing 10 toes down. Reading the prophecies. Look at these kings. The gods on the planet. Planet rooted deep in the soul. The Lord created us in His image. You devils gon' fall.
Ain't nothing like waking up the dead like a defibrillator. Shock to the haters, heart cold as a refrigerator. Something about the words in the verse popping out the page, similar to a hologram. Now you can see the Son of Man rise before your very eyes. Blasphemy, we kill him live. Spirit of the Holy God, set up by the one true God. If you ain't never knew God.
Yo, all over the world we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with your sin, don't even try me on the mission. Telling Israel to repent I'm in every city on the corner in your hood is where you finding us. Casting out imaginations, Christians might not like it, but we raising up our army exceedingly, we are rising up. We all about the mission, we living until the kingdom come. Destroyed for lack of knowledge, so that's what we here to give it up. Blessed for the people, cause although we have no equal, we out here living so evil and comfortable living feeble. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites, you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with just ain't no need to try.
Check. Hey, shalom.
We in there.
Hey, where the Judah at? Where the Judah at in the mic?
Right.
Where's the Judah in the mic? Hey, shalom. Welcome to the LIONZ Den radio show.
Radio.
Hey, you ready, Cap?
Shalom, everybody.
You ready?
Oh, snap. Lahad made it just in time.
Lahad came in here so fast, I felt the breeze when he sat down.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. Hey.
All right,
y'all.
Let's get it started.
It's 7:22. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the LIONZ Den radio show. Hey, we thank you. In the words of Deacon Malachi, all praise for another show. We're going to get it in, y'all. We got a lot of stuff to cover. But before we do, how was everybody's week? Officer Lahad, how was your week?
Excellent. Another week. Let me get this off the table. Yeah, it was good. All praise to the Most High. I'm tired as usual.
Right.
I ain't even button my shirt up. I'm tired as usual, but I just made it. Ready for another.
Hey, it's
all
Sunday.
praise to
If
the
you
Most
ain't tired, you ain't did nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Sunday's a grind day.
Yeah.
Sunday's a grind day. How was your week, Officer?
my week was great for what we going through today. My week was great, man. I seen a lot of crazy stuff. I like tribulations, man. You know what I'm saying? If I see tribulations, make me smile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why my week was great, because there's a lot of tribulations. And yeah, I saw what happened on Sabbath day, but I ain't gonna go. We're gonna wait on that one. We're gonna wait on that one.
Right. We'll wait. The jury is out on that. Soldier Eleazar, how was your week?
Shalom leadership, shalom Israel. Great week. Was able to travel, learn from the leadership, glean from the leadership.
Where you went?
We went to Jayville.
Oh, you did? You was there yesterday?
Yes, sir.
All praise. I ain't see you.
Yes, sir. We were up there. All praise to the Father. Learned that we are American slaves. Man.
Right. What do you do? You a slave?
Right.
I make $8 billion. You're a slave.
Straight up.
Oh, hell no. All praises. Now, Deacon held it down. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to Deacon Malachi. All praises. How was your week, Yaziel?
It's a good week. Can't complain. And it's only going to get better as the week goes by. That's all I'm going to say.
All praise. Cap.
Go get the workout in, huh?
Yes, sir. Captain Kimuel. How was your week, Cap?
Yeah. It was a great week because, I'm starting to not even remember like what Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
like the week just begins on Thursday, it seemed like.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of work in. We got to go to Jayville and support.
Shout out to Captain Enoch.
Yeah, and support Deacon Malachi. All right, and the hospitality in Jayville was great.
Yes, it was. Hey, that fish.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Levi. Y'all got some good rice. Levi, y'all got some good
Judah
rice.
ate fish
with the
that
head.
Was looking at him.
Right.
What? That's how hungry I was. I ate the fish that was looking at me. So.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a great week though.
All praise. My week was good, man. I'm ready to get started, man. Shout out to Nehemiah, Anaya. All praise to the Most High. Dante Eugene. Dante said, Levi. All praise. Sister Jedediah. All praise to the Most High. So we finna get it in, man. Let's get to that first topic, man. Let's get straight to it. Was it Friday? Friday, I think.
one of the most influential athletes in American sports, passed away.
Yep.
So we're gonna educate some of y'all who may not know. And he's actually a brother that stood up for his own people, unlike a lot of athletes today. He actually cared about his people and was willing to put his name and legacy on the line when it mattered. So we want to always acknowledge brothers that and sisters that have that type of
you say
legacy.
that, Cap, like the athletes today don't stand up for
they do, but we gonna touch how they get treated, and we're gonna show the hypocrisy in America.
Gotcha.
We gonna touch it. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, play that first video.
The death of NFL legend, Hall of Famer, and civil rights activist Jim Brown. The 87-year-old's wife announced he passed away peacefully in his home in Hollywood Hills last night. Jim Brown was one of the greatest football players of all time. In 2020, he was selected to the NFL 100 all-time team. After his NFL career, Brown went on to act in Hollywood films. He was also a prominent voice in the civil rights movement. He hosted the Cleveland Summit in June 1967 in support of Muhammad Ali, who refused to serve in the Vietnam War.
All right. So it says he hosted the Cleveland Summit, which supported Muhammad Ali. So at that time, if y'all didn't know, Muhammad Ali went to prison because he said he ain't serving in the white man military. And at that time, he was willing to stand with him, a man that is known as a radical at that time. Because Muhammad Ali did similar to what Kyrie Irving did on a very, very small scale, what Kyrie did as opposed to what Muhammad Ali did. But he stood up for his people. So go to his pull up his Wikipedia. I want to go to his civil rights. It says civil rights work. Yeah, scroll down. Keep going. All right, there you go. Civil rights work. Yep. Let's read that.
Civil rights work. Brown was one of the few athletes to speak out on racial issues in the 1950s as the civil rights movement was growing.
So during this time period, a lot of our brothers and sisters had a decision to make that had money and fame, just like today. And he was actually one of them that was willing to do it. It says he was one of the few to speak out on the racial issues in the 1950s. Now, y'all got to understand, this was a different time period. It wasn't no social media to highlight all the atrocities that was happening to us. It wasn't no smartphones, camera phones. They had sundown time. All this stuff was live in effect. People was coming up missing, and he was willing to put his life on the line to stand up for his people. Go to Psalms 94 real quick. Psalms 94 and 16, right? Who will stand up for me? Yeah, give me that. Because this brother had a special spirit to be able to do that. Just like we say when we speak about Martin Luther King, even though his doctrine wasn't all the way correct, they had the spirit to be willing to stand up to the oppression that was going on. And that's always honorable. And we're going to always honor those individuals that did that. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16.
Hey, and on that note, these brothers, because some people they say he was a coon, he was that. These brothers were willing to put their life on the line, while some people were scared to put fringes on to go to work. So don't be in the comments chatting about he wasn't an Israelite, he didn't keep the command. We get that, but he stood for with the understanding that he had. He was willing to put it on the line. Go ahead, read that.
Yes, sir. Psalms 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
So it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? He was one of those people that was willing to stand up to the atrocities and the things that were happening to our people and say, hey, this ain't right. We need to stand with our brother. He believed in solidarity. Right. Black people had a sense of unity at that time. Go ahead, read it again from the top.
Yes, sir. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
No, I wanted the
Oh, excuse me.
You good.
My apologies.
That's what it say.
He was one of the most prominent African-American athletes to engage in civil rights activism. And he called on other African-American athletes to become involved in similar initiatives off the field.
So not only did he stand up himself, he got other athletes to do the same thing. Go ahead.
In 1967, Brown, alongside Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Carl Stokes, were all members of the Cleveland Summit, a meeting with Muhammad Ali held with the intention of convincing the four to rally behind and recruit others to help Ali's cause of civil rights in the United States. Because Ali was
Pariah.
Pariah in American society at the time because of his opposition to the Vietnam War and refusal to enter the draft, his boxing license had been revoked, and he faced up to 5 years in prison. For Brown and the other participants to stand with Ali in support of him and his position consequently put their reputations and their careers at risk.
Now, this is showing you they were willing to put everything on the line for their own people.
The Cleveland Summit was later called a significant turning point for the role of the athlete in society.
So how you see LeBron try to speak out on events, how you see Kyrie speak out certain things, a lot of athletes, he was one of the first ones to do that. All right, go ahead.
And one of the most important civil rights acts in sports history, as well as a predecessor of 21st century protest movement initiated by Colin Kaepernick.
Now, notice they bring Colin Kaepernick in. This is what I want y'all to understand. White folks ain't changed. Because just like when Jim Brown did this, he was protested against, he was still hated, so on and so forth. When people stand up today, and they do the same thing that Jim Brown did, they do the same thing that Bill Russell, they do the same thing that Muhammad Ali did, they get ostracized, they get blackballed, and they get canceled ultimately. So the question is, why do they praise these individuals when they're dead or 50 years later? Meanwhile, when people do it today in current time, they're not recognized or honored for what they do. Newsflash, Colin Kaepernick still ain't got to throw a pigskin a day since he been let out the league. He ain't got back yet. Damn. Showing you this country is hypocrites. You got some, Cap?
Yeah. Pull up that last video. I want to bring out a little known fact about Jim Brown, and then a couple of scriptures based on, what was said in the comments. Because a lot of times what our people will do is they try to base our brothers and sisters that were pioneers in certain ways or trailblazers in certain ways based on the understanding we have now.
Right.
And you can't do that.
Yep.
Play that first. Just about 30 seconds. You don't have to play the whole video. A lot of people didn't know. Hold on a second. A lot of people didn't know Jim Brown didn't just play football.
Right.
Okay. Play that.
Created by Native Americans. It was their culture. We adopted it and gave it the respect that it deserved. Quick, fast, powerful.
What a trail check. Look out.
Skillful. All of the athletic traits of many sports.
Okay.
The deeper you get.
Jim Brown went on to say that he struck terror in the white boys' eyes when they see this big 6'2", 230-pound, fast, agile black man with a stick in his hand running at him. So, he always gets his accolades for playing football, but a lot of people didn't know that about him.
Yep.
Now, if you get give me Ezekiel 47 right quick. Ezekiel 47 and start at 1. We're not gonna read all of it. Make it quick.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 1. Afterward, he brought me again into the door of the house, and behold, waters issued out from under the threshold of the house eastward. For the forefront of the house stood toward the east, and the waters came down from under from the right side of the house, at the south side of the altar. Then brought he me out of the way of the gate northward, and led me about the way without unto the utter gate by the way that looked eastward. And behold, there ran out waters on the right side.
Now jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. Afterward, he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over, for the waters were risen.
The what?
The waters were risen.
Just like the understanding that's been coming out. The waters were risen. The understanding has been coming out. So when you know, and we had to learn this, you know, you had, like you said, our forefathers that jeopardized their lives because they knew one thing. They might not have fully understood we the Israelites and all of that, but they knew the oppression of our people. And they was willing to do a lot more than a lot of brothers today will do. One more, 1 Corinthians 4:9. 1 Corinthians 4:9, just to back up that water rising. So, you know, you got a lot of our unlearned, I'm just going to say that, unlearned brothers and sisters, and holier than thou brothers and sisters, you know, that will speak in their simplicity about those that paved the way for us to do the things that we're doing today. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that God had set forth us the apostles last.
God has set forth us the apostles last. So as that water is rising and we're getting that understanding, we're bringing that understanding out. But like you said, this man was one of those athletes that at that time was doing something that, you know what, there was a cost behind it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
As it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
All right, Cap. There you go.
All right. So we showing you how they giving them praise. They give all the former athletes praise for what they did in the past. But let's see, does America really mean that? Do they really like athletes that speak out against the injustices of our people? Or is it, now that they're dead and gone, let's give them their flowers? Play the next video.
After posting a link to an anti-Semitic film on social media, the NBA star responded overnight. TJ Holmes has the details. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning, George. And look, folks, consensus, one of the most talented, best players in the NBA, also one of the highest paid, and as of late, one of the most controversial. Remember, he wouldn't get a COVID vaccine last year, so he couldn't play in his team.
So he stood up against the COVID vaccination. That was something that a lot of people didn't want to do.
Right.
They got forced into it, but he said, you know what? Hey, I ain't going for that. He also said, I ain't worshiping the white man Thanksgiving.
Yep.
He got plastered for that. He also said, hey, we the real Jews. And he got murdered. He got publicly lynched for saying that. And is anybody going to give him roses or flowers and say that he had a different mindset than everybody else and he was pushing for his own people? And all? No, that ain't what happens. Go ahead. Like, you have something?
Yeah, like I just noticed, like, as we was watching the video of Jim Brown, back then, we praise men for standing up for our people like that. But when you look at now in today's society, they will pay our people to go and scold our brothers. Like when you look at the Breakfast Club and ESPN, like with what's his name, Shaq and Charles Barkley, they make our brothers look stupid. What's his name? The one that's going bald. Damn, I can't think his name. What's his name?
But can you?
With the white boy,
Smith.
Stephen A. Smith, man.
He said going bald.
Yeah. They try to speak on behalf of our people as if you know better than to be speaking like that. That's how the women used to speak to the sons when we was in slavery. They use these men now to stand up to keep our brothers in place, and they giving them positions in the media. That's crazy.
Hey, remember Barkley said something like, he was praising basketball and they said we gotta speak on what this idiot said.
Exactly.
You remember that?
He said now we gotta speak on this, and it's crazy, man. But yet they out here, Shaq humping Kevin Hart on videos, laughing about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They out here, nobody talking about these 6'5" NFL players' sons who walking around with fingernail polish. No, that ain't important, but you want to talk about a brother who want to stand up for our people.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, though, because, keep the same energy. When that Edomite football player beat the hell out of the black sister,
Yep.
Barkley didn't say
you know what I'm saying?
nothing.
Nope.
You mean that happened?
That happened.
That got swept under the rug.
he
So
tucked
quick.
his-
Barkley didn't say
his tail.
nothing. I didn't see Shaq pop up and pop and lock and say, this is wrong. Don't do that, fella.
Right.
I ain't seen none of that. But
Stephen A. ain't say nothing?
Nothing. And on top of it, Amalek, the NBA commissioner, turned around and apologized to Kyrie Irving, and Shaq and them didn't apologize.
Right.
Never.
They said that he didn't say nothing anti-Semitic.
Yep.
And Shaq and them never said, you know what? My bad. We didn't examine the
Nah,
matter.
nope, they ain't gonna do that.
Come on now,
they ain't gonna do that. Go ahead, press play.
Come on, man.
Home games here in New York. Some don't think he should be playing right now.
He didn't play any of the home games last year, that first year of COVID. He probably forfeited about $10 million because he said, I'm not gonna be a poster child for the rest of my people. I ain't gonna sell my people short. Give me that in Maccabees, yep. Because a lot of people talk about it. He literally did not take a check for 40, 30 some odd games. He did not play in New York that whole year when COVID was going on. When you don't know what your career going to be at, you don't know. He didn't do it. He didn't fold because he didn't feel comfortable with the vaccine. As we see now you ain't got to get it no more. It's whatever. Showing you there was something behind that.
To the point.
Yep.
Verse 23. It says, but he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient
You see
years.
that? As it became his age and excellent. Give me start at verse 18. I'm sorry. Start at verse 18.
Verse 18.
2 Maccabees 6 and 18.
2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man.
An aged man. Kyrie Irving in the NBA, he's been in 12 years. He's actually the Players Association president.
Damn.
He's the president of the Players Association. So he has a lot of pull in NBA circles. Damn. He has his own movie, Uncle Drew. He has a lot of pull in the media. Read.
And of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
They wanted to make this man eat swine's flesh, just like they wanted Kyrie to take the shot.
Yep.
They wanted him to clean up what he said about being an Israelite. Read.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment.
Right. That's what they physically did that. But Kyrie, Jim Brown, all these individuals, Malcolm X, all of them did not succumb to the pressure the same way this brother did. All of them got that same spirit, going back to what Cap brought out. The understanding it wasn't to that level yet. All right, read.
As it behooved them to come, that are resolute to stand out against such things, as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
So they said, hey, listen, we'll bring you some turkey, but we're going to tell everybody else that it's pork. We just need you to do it. You didn't think they didn't do that for the ball players? How none of them got sick and passed out? They did the same thing for them. Hey, look, I know you don't believe in it. Look, we'll give you a fake vaccine. Just tell everybody that you took it, and you'll be fine. And a lot of them took it. He said, nah, I ain't even doing that. Go ahead.
Such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king.
So you think they ain't doing that to our brothers and sisters today? You don't think they prop them up to do certain things to influence the masses of our people? Absolutely they do. Absolutely. Read.
That in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law, made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave.
So he said, hey, I'd rather die. Death before dishonor. That's what you're reading right here. That was the spirit in the mindset of our forefathers. And you read about it with Mattathias earlier. So it's the same spirit. But guess what? Just like back in the day, America is hypocritical towards that. Because once you die, they give you your flowers. But while you're alive, they ain't rewarding nobody. I guarantee you, years from now, they'll try to reward Kyrie for what he did and how he stood. Oh, no.
Yeah, you remember
to this day.
I can't remember the brother's name. Forgive me right now, but in history in one of the world wars where he saved so many Edomites. He was injured
on the beach.
Yeah. And he was pulling them out the damn water to safety. And then, 100 years after he dead, they honor him.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago they finally honored him.
Right.
We even know nothing about it till
Right.
that.
Yep. If anybody remember his name, hey, type it in the chat. But yeah, he's saving them. He's saving them, and at that time, because you can read in the history books, they didn't respect us in war.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
So,
Nope. All right, go back to the let's pray on the video. So we're showing y'all the hypocrisy of America right now. Go ahead.
Because of what he did, seeming to promote this hate propaganda. Then he defended what he did. This morning, though, he's changed his tune.
Irving curls, floats, and scores.
As calls grow for the NBA to take action against him, NBA superstar Kyrie Irving is now taking responsibility for tweeting a link to an anti-Semitic film.
Irving,
Pause. This is what y'all got. He tweeted a link.
A link.
A link.
Right.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
That's like Allen Iverson. Like, we talking about practice.
Right. We talking about practice. We talking about a link. Go ahead, press play.
The Brooklyn Nets point guard issued a joint statement overnight with his team and the Anti-Defamation League, writing, "I oppose all forms of hatred and oppression and stand strong with communities that are marginalized and impacted every day." Adding, "I am aware of the negative impact of my posts towards the Jewish community, and I take responsibility."
Kyrie and the club made a real commitment. Together they're donating $1 million to fund anti-Semitism education. We're going to use those resources at ADL to develop programming to tackle the very kind of ignorance that contributes to anti-Semitism and hate.
The now deleted post immediately drew sharp criticism. The league and the
my bad. Did he just say develop programming?
Mm-hmm.
He said develop programming.
Programming. Yeah.
What is he planning on programming?
Right.
The nigga
Can
mind.
you rewind that about I think that was about 15-20 seconds. And play it again. I'm sorry that everybody got to see that man head again. I'm sorry. That man head looked like
Dr.
something
Evil.
else. There you go, Dr. Evil. Hey, he gonna hold the whole world hostage for $1,000.
Go ahead. Y'all got the video?
Go ahead, play it.
Ignorance that contributes to anti-Semitism and hate.
The now deleted post immediately drew sharp criticism. The league and the Players Association released statements denouncing the use of hate speech. But Irving initially denied being anti-Semitic and defended his actions. And following Saturday's game, got into this exchange with ESPN reporter Nick Friedel.
Yeah, I put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Right, but my stuff is not
so let's move on.
filled with anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I don't think the NBA and the Nets, and especially Kyrie, understood just how many people would be upset by him posting what he did.
So they always make everything. How many people was upset when they saw Jerry Jones was hanging out when they was blocking out when they kicked the Little Rock 9 out of school? Nobody had a problem with that. They blasted that all over the place. Do y'all think how upset it makes us when we got to learn about slavery every year? When y'all make our children play slaves in school?
Blackface.
Right. Y'all don't have a problem with that. But if somebody share a link, God forbid, it may offend the Jewish community. Then you get it's crazy. Go ahead.
Well, the problem is they stick together about that.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yep.
So that's why, when they say how many people be upset, because they know that black people don't stick together. So, they don't even consider, the handful of us that really are upset.
Right.
Like the scriptures say, oppressor maketh a wise man mad.
Right. And some of these brothers, you can see, like, throughout all the stories that we bring out, these brothers is being oppressed in the media.
Right.
They know they can't get up there and respond how they want to. Kyrie, even in his the message that he wrote, his little response to Jonathan Greenblatt and the Jewish community, he was real professional with what he said, but you can tell in his language he was pissed off, and he still kind of said what he felt. It's crazy.
Go ahead, press play.
Don't put no
The
T on
NBA
that
has
no
a
more,
recent
bro.
history of disciplining players or fans for hate speech. This year, Minnesota Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards was fined $40,000 for a homophobic comment, leaving many wondering why Irving hasn't been punished. TNT analyst and Hall of Famer Charles Barkley among them.
I think the NBA dropped the ball.
In what way?
I think he should have been suspended.
Fans are speaking out as well. During Monday's game against the Pacers, a group sitting courtside was seen wearing Fight Anti-Semitism shirts.
This is much bigger than fighting anti-Semitism. It's a macro message that the world is now seeing that maybe we should reevaluate and think maybe before we speak.
Kyrie Irving and the team separately have agreed to donate $500,000 each to several organizations. Now, I mentioned Anthony Edwards, who had been suspended there. Another player, Myers Leonard, of the Miami Heat, suspended last year for using an anti-Semitic slur while he was playing a video game on live stream, and he was fined $50,000 and suspended for a week. So some people questioning why Kyrie hasn't been suspended. And you all, this is important to note. The Anti-Defamation League has been keeping track of this for almost 5 decades. Last year, 34% increase in anti-Semitic incidents in this country. That is a record since they have been keeping track. So Kyrie has millions of followers, so this is important to why these types of messages do have some kind of impact that we're seeing in a society.
Good point there, TJ. All right. Thank you, TJ. Thank you.
So notice who they use.
Right.
Notice who they
Thank
use
you.
to dish that
Yeah.
message.
Bring it out. Bring it
and
out,
keep
Cap.
in mind, the ADL, they ain't did no research on black crimes.
Right.
They ain't keep no numbers on that. I just want to make sure y'all know that. Rasheem Carter, they still ain't sent a dime to his family to help with nothing.
Hey,
Bring it out.
where are these guys? Where's the call? When they gonna sit down with Bishop
right.
and prove any of this stuff that they say?
They ain't gonna do that.
Hey, you brought up Rasheem Carter. The dude that killed Jordan Neely got $2 million.
And you know what's crazy, also, that you said that we was talking about it Sabbath. Nobody even cares about this stuff.
No.
You know, we bring it up on Lions Den. We go out to the streets. We talk to the people.
Right.
And we brought it out last week in Mississippi, in Taylorsville, right down the street at the gas station. The brother didn't even know that happened to him.
Right.
So,
down the block.
Yeah. So this stuff is on the news every single day, and our people just so damn sleep they don't care.
I'm gonna say this: we assume it's on the news that they see.
Yeah,
we assume it. See, like when Cap was bringing out about the waters rising, right? So we know how to research on what is evil, so it doesn't pass by us. Regular Jake don't understand that because you're right. We talk to, there's people we talk to at camp about it, and they legitimately was like, they know what he's talking about.
Right.
One sister was like, oh yeah, I kind of heard about that. But she said that while she's like, I'm trying to get away from it. They don't want to have that conversation. Meanwhile, it's publicized.
Yep.
And it's not nothing new because I remember as a little kid watching Rodney King get the hell beat out of him.
Bruh.
And I remember going to public school and I'm figuring like, this is slam dunk. And they got off. 2 got guilty, 2 got off. I looked at my pops. I'm like, I don't get it. What's going on right
And
now?
then he got this. They forced him to stand up and ask if we can all get along. While he still got the knots on his head from the beat.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was watching an IUIC video, right? YouTube Shorts had a couple of thousand views on our brother. You know what came up next? Because I wasn't paying attention and popped up next.
What?
Something about cleaning Air Force Ones. Had millions of millions of views.
Right.
That's why they don't know.
Yep.
They're like, man, but these Air Force Ones with this cream color and yellow, greenish, whatever random color they can think of that Judah like to put on their shirts. Cause Judah like to wear, they wear shoes that match their shirts. I don't know what that is, but we do it.
Yep.
That's what was popping.
It's called style.
That's what they popping.
Swag, bro.
Hey, man, shout out to Matt Cole. Shout out to Israel's own. Shout out to Trillion of Judah. All praise to the Most High. Hey, play the next video. So we showing y'all how they hypocrites. They want to praise Jim Brown in 1 second, and then, but he was doing that 40, 60 years ago. Now you got athletes doing it today. They getting ostracized. They getting suspended. They getting sat down. Go ahead, press play.
Banner, this is a jump doc alert. Ding, 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 ding. NBA superstar LeBron James is talking politics again.
I know you guys are excited to see her. I didn't know you guys would be excited to see me too, but thank you. As much as you guys would love to hear from me, I would much rather love to hear from our next president, Miss Hillary Clinton.
Right now, a historic moment. We can now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Donald Trump wins the presidency.
And this time it's R-rated. Here's his barely intelligible, not to mention ungrammatical take on President Trump in a new ESPN podcast.
The number one job in America, the point of person, is someone who doesn't understand the people and really don't give a about the people.
But wait, there's more gripping insight. ESPN host Carrie Champion asked James and fellow NBA star Kevin Durant about what she described as Trump's racist comments.
I feel like our team as a country is not ran by a great coach. It's not even a surprise when he says something. It's not even a surprise. It's like laughable. It's like
it's laughable.
It's laughable and it's scary.
But it's also scary because I shouldn't be numb to your racist comments.
Right.
I shouldn't be numb to your behavior.
I'm numb to this commentary. Like, must they run their mouths like that?
Pause.
Unfortunately,
Notice she used the they word. This is how Esau looks at all black people. Don't matter who you is. Go ahead, press play.
To this day, but kids and some adults take these ignorant comments seriously. Look, there might be a cautionary lesson in LeBron for kids. This is what happens when you attempt to leave high school a year early to join the NBA. And it's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. Oh, and LeBron and
That's
Kevin,
jealousy speaking.
you're great players, but no one voted for you. Millions elected Trump to be their coach. So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
All right. So when you just share your opinion,
right?
If you're a black man and you share your opinion, now meanwhile, I bet you if something happened to Trump, they'll be saying where are the athletes at to speak on the behalf, why they being quiet, such and such. But if you don't agree with their opinion, then you get ostracized.
Right.
You get what they call it, railroaded.
Yep. Hey, Cap.
Yeah.
You can grab a scripture real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, please.
Go to Exodus 5. Because this is what you remind me of. You got people, and albeit maybe athletes, speaking up, right? For the betterment of their own nation, right?
Right.
Exodus 5, and read verse 1, you're going to jump to verse 9.
Yes, sir. Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Right. So Moses and Aaron, they went for the betterment of their people. Moses coming from somebody that's coming from a rich household, right? Having money, right? Ultimately, what was Pharaoh's response? Jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. Let their more work be laid upon the men.
He said, shut up and dribble. That's what he told Moses. Shut up and dribble. Read.
That they may labor therein.
Uh-huh.
And let them not regard vain words.
Same spirit.
Yep.
It's the same spirit.
Damn.
He talking about you seeking opinion from these people. They don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Hello, LeBron might be a billionaire, but correct me if I'm wrong. He had niggas spray painted on his doorstep.
Yep.
He grew up in Cleveland, impoverished, without a father.
Yep.
I might think the young man may understand oppression when he sees it.
He get it. Hey, that's a heavy precept. Let's go to the next one. Come on, IT.
Everything comes full circle, though it may take time. Margaret Brennan reports on an extraordinary finish today at the White House.
It was a stand that shocked the world. American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos raising their black-gloved fists in protest at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City. Smith said the moment was overwhelming.
When you were raising your fist, what was going through your mind?
Get me off of this stand. The national anthem is exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds long, but it seemed like an hour.
That protest against racial inequality got them ejected from the games and banished.
Damn.
So what they did, that's honored today. Go back 2-3 seconds. I want y'all to hear that again. Listen to what happened to them. Go ahead, press play.
Got them ejected from the games and banished from the Olympic community
Olympics for decades. Now, when people do that today, what happens? The same thing happens. When Kaepernick took a knee, kicked out the league. To this day. When Kyrie spoke up, fine. 9 games, couldn't play. So what has changed about these people? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't believe the lies. Go ahead, press play.
Yes, we were hated. We were vilified. But I do think because we were hated and vilified, that showed you that there was something that needed changing.
Welcome to the White House.
Today, nearly 50 years later, the Olympic medalists were welcomed back into the fold by President Obama.
We're honored to have here the legendary Tommy Smith and John Carlos here today. The powerful silent protest in the 1968 games was controversial, but it woke folks up and created greater opportunity for those that followed.
Hold on.
I feel great.
Did it really, though? Did it really when Kaepernick basically raised his fist by taking a knee? He got the same treatment. So this white man ain't changed. Go ahead, press play. We gonna get the scriptures when we
I
get
sat
done.
up there and just ate it all up.
Now a new generation of athletes has picked up the baton from Smith, led by NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who kneels during the national anthem to protest police violence against African Americans. Smith supports activist athletes and said their peaceful actions take courage.
When you do something and you really believe in it, you really don't think about the cost. You just do it.
And these silent gestures are meant to speak volumes. Margaret Brennan, CBS News, Washington.
So, notice that the same thing happens over and over and over again. Go ahead, Cap. You got some scripts? Bring them out, Cap.
To this
day. He said that national anthem seemed like it was an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 1 minute and 37 seconds. Hey, get Daniel 3 right quick. Just gonna jump through it. But ain't nothing changed because you know with Esau, they don't want you disrespecting the national anthem. Right. Right. That's and to show you that this is not a new spirit. Daniel 3 started 8.
Yes, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 3 and verse 8. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews.
Mm-hmm. See what they accused them of. Go ahead.
They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree.
Has made what?
A decree. That every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, excuse me, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image.
So just as it was then, that's why the Bible says things written aforetime, written for our learning. Same is today. For sake of time, jump over to verse 20. Because just like when our forefathers didn't honor the matter of fact, before you read that, just read verse 16 and 17 and jump down to 20.
Yes, sir.
Verse 17 and 18, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Verse 17. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
So that was the punishment then. Today, the punishment is we just going to ostracize you and ban you from everything. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
So that was the punishment then. Like I said, today, now you just get, you won't get no endorsements. At that time, they got banned from the Olympic village and from all Olympic anything that had to do with the Olympics for decades, right? So, you know, they had their moment of glory, but it came with a great punishment because what? They stood for what they believed in.
Y'all ain't got nothing else on that?
I thought I was leaving y'all some time. We could have read the whole thing.
Hey, he gonna bring out some more precepts. I'm trying to let y'all bring out your precepts.
I was trying.
Now, what I was gonna say was, even with Obama's situation, because we were talking about the Sabbath too, right? We 16 years removed from having a so-called black president. And he said change you could believe in.
Right.
That ain't nothing changed, right?
Yeah, right.
And like you said, Cap, about the flowers, all of that stuff is just to appease the masses, to kind of calm them down. Because in all actuality, them brothers, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, they got gold and silver when they were standing on that platform. That's 1 and 2.
Right.
So you're talking about your best athletes worldwide, and you decide, nah, I'm not going to bring you back.
Yep.
Knowing that you basically use this as a commodity. Because when they come back home, ain't no endorsements, like you said, meaning they're getting blackballed.
No glory.
No glory.
No glory.
They got a family they got to take care of. They got a family they got to feed and all that kind of stuff. And you cut that off, right?
Yep.
Now, you said the hypocrisy. Here's the flip side to this. Donald Trump said, what you got to lose, black people?
Right.
But that didn't offend us.
China.
We're supposed to be good with that. Damn. Joe Biden said, if you're not black, unless you vote for me.
Yep.
But we're not supposed to be offended. Damn. It don't make no damn sense, man.
Hey, we said that Bill Clinton was the first
black president.
Yep.
They let Bill Clinton walk in Harlem. They let him, I remember that. They let him, after he wasn't president, the whole getting whatever in the White House, they walked that man in Harlem. And he opened up shop and everything.
Did he cut somebody else? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, if I could, IT, bring up that article that I just posted on the Telegram feed. It's the last one.
You're gonna bring in some Northern Kingdom history.
Yes, sir.
All right, all praises.
That says, remembering Roberto Clemente as a black man who fought against racial injustice. Gonna read down, scroll down. Let's start it right there where it says nearly 50 years. Officer, you got me?
Nearly 50 years after his death, Clemente remains the most revered figure in Puerto Rico and in Latin America icon. He was a Hall of Fame outfielder in the Pittsburgh Pirates and beloved humanitarian. He died a hero at age 38.
Now, mind you, he died a hero at age 38. This was in the 1930s, 40s when he played baseball. As a black man making an impact, leaving an imprint, a positive imprint on his people. Read.
He died a hero at age 38, and when his plane
Check this out. Go ahead.
When
read.
his plane overfilled with aid.
His plane was supposed to be overfilled with aid that he was going to take where?
En route to earthquake victims in Nicaragua.
Dang.
Crashed off the coast of Puerto Rico on New Year's Eve, 1972.
That sounds a little fishy.
So is it like a story that they blew up the plane?
Yeah, they're saying that, and it was just set up because they weigh these things before they lift off. You know, there's certain parameters you have to meet before and after. So they're saying because of his impact, him being a black man making a difference, Roberto Clemente is being remembered as a hero.
Can you read that next part right there? Just that
but
part
often,
but
often overlooked in the yearly commemoration in Clemente's activism as a black man who spake out, frequently in his second language, against racism in the United States.
Against what?
Against racism in the United States during a career that paralleled the civil rights movement.
There it is. Another athlete, another victim.
Yep. Now that they paint him to be all great after they kill him.
Correct.
Right.
That's America for
And
you.
nothing went to his family.
Yep.
There's nothing going on to the Clemente family.
Damn.
Hey,
That's
Kat,
crazy.
you can get one more scripture?
Yeah.
Hey, go to Genesis 49, because this was been in my mind, honestly. Since you pulled James Brown. Brown to LeBron. Hey, shout out to Judah, man. Shout out to Judah. I ain't from Judah, but I'm going to give Judah their props.
That's right.
Everybody from Judah.
That's right.
That's right. Genesis 49 and verse 8. And this also goes parallel with Captain Kimmel was bringing out the waters rise. At that time, with this Bible in their hand during Jim Brown era, they didn't understand this.
Right.
We understand what it meant.
Yep.
Read that.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right, because a lot of these movements happened after the fact that Judah got slain, killed in the street, stepped up. You got AIM and things like that, like how you just pulled out Roberto Clemente and stuff like that. Judah is the forerunner. Judah is the forerunner in all these movements, right? Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
And Judah literally was in the neck of his enemies amongst Esau, fighting for every right that we now have today. And like you stating for real, a lot of it, to the best of their ability, what they knew, they understood there was wrong, there was oppression, so they stood up to the best of their ability for our people, which a lot of us, we get the benefits. Like, I'm from Benjamin. I'm gonna tell you straight. I know when I came up here, my grandmother should be like, don't follow the dirty American habits. She wasn't talking about white people. She's talking about black people.
Yep.
But as you live up here, you realize, wait a second, they got it worse than us.
Yep.
We got somewhere we can run back to. Judah got to live in the neck of his enemies. Read.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
And that's what we're seeing today because, hey, all praise to the Most High. He put a spirit on them to understand oppression should not be done to their people.
Right.
They understood that. So, hey, shout out to Judah, man.
Hey, all praise. You know, Judah gonna make it do what it do. So, all right, we covered Jim Brown and his era. We showed the hypocrisy of America. So now we gonna move along with the show. As always, y'all know how we do. It's a lot of current events. Before we get on, hey, if you want to call 407-494-5479. That's 407-494-5479 if you want to call in. Let's go to the next article.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this is gonna piss you off, Cat.
What's that?
This article.
Oh yeah.
Let's read it.
Let's read it.
Let's bring it out.
Let's see. Anybody gonna read it?
Yep. Virginia family asked for $10 million settlement after substitute teacher forced son to pick cotton as a game in the classroom.
Wow.
Now I want to ask you a question, Cap, because you're in the school system.
Yeah.
A substitute teacher, ain't they just supposed to come in and
they don't even do
carry
nothing.
a?
They don't even do
just
nothing.
Just make sure nobody kill each other.
Right. You babysitting. What? You babysitting, but the subs say, "Nah, I got a project for y'all today."
So then this one had an agenda.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
All right.
Let's read it.
Sidney Rousey's parents are asking for a $10 million settlement from Arlington Public Schools because they claim their son has been bullied after a substitute teacher forced him to pick cotton as a game in the classroom.
And this what also you got to think about, y'all. This sub didn't just come in one day and randomly do this.
Right.
That means they have friends, they have a culture, they have a whole lifestyle that caters to this type of behavior to where you actually do it. Because like we always say, as kids, you know, you do things you don't think about, you just do it spur of the moment. But as an adult, you had to do a background check to become a sub. You had to go do the paperwork. You got some level of common sense to be at this level in the education system, to be in the doors and watching the children. And through all that, you still get in your right mind to say, let's do this project today.
Right.
That's crazy.
Not only that, Cap, but you know, we talk about what happened to these other nations when they do stuff like that. Before we even read this article, I guarantee you this person didn't lose their license.
Yep.
I guarantee you. That person went to school for 4 years, got their degree, and now they can be a substitute teacher. I hope they lost their license.
Right.
And got to pay this $10 million.
Right.
Hey, I'm sorry, but excuse me. It take 4 years to get licensed to be a substitute teacher, to be a babysitter.
Well,
I didn't know this.
No,
I'm sorry.
you just said they probably got a degree.
Yeah, because
They probably got a degree in what? Babysitting? That's a degree?
You ain't just getting, like he said, you ain't just getting in no school. They want to make sure you got some type of education.
I mean, a background check? That's what I think they got. I mean, I know a couple of 15, 16-year-old sisters that I'd be like, hey, watch them kids for me.
Yep.
I got the work already done. Just make sure they do it.
Well, they want to know that we were slaves. Make sure you know that. You learned that education. You learned the white man history, and you got that.
Hey, so read that article. What allegedly happened?
Yes, sir. That's a heck of a title.
Y'all done went to the left over there. Come on, pull that article back up.
What allegedly happened?
Right.
Sidney Rousey Jr. is the only black student in his 8th grade class at Gunston Middle School. On February 8th, 2023, he says he was forced to put Vaseline on his nose and pick up cotton balls with his face.
Damn.
The substitute teacher claimed the game was on a list of approved games from the school district.
I want to see that list. I want to see that list.
Hey, that's what it now. It's probably on there. That's what's crazy about it. It might be on there. They never took it off from the 1940s. They never removed the list from the 1940s and left it on there. They got grandfathered in.
It is Virginia, so
yeah,
it is very possible.
Hey, but he's the only black student, right? So when you move into these neighborhoods, get away from your people.
There you go.
Run.
That's what happened.
And this is what a lot of y'all like you just said. Y'all paying a lot of time and money, and y'all sending y'all children to these public school systems. Shame. And then you wonder when they gotta freaking pick cotton with their face. Why is this happening? Why is this? Because you are still yet this day in your captivity.
Hey,
this is the white man's world.
Hey, somebody get that for Cap. Get that, because somebody out there doesn't know the Cap just quoted the Bible.
Yep. Let's get it.
Somebody get that for me.
The book of
And then you get your nigger wake up call when your son come home with cotton on his face.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day.
We are what?
Yet this day.
Hey, yeah, and somebody said, where the ADL at? Exactly. Where's the ADL? Where's the SPLC? Where's the hate crime?
We stand up for non-discrimination.
Right. Where's Greenblatt to get $500,000 donation so he can stand against? Where's the NAACP, for God's sakes?
Right.
Where they at, though?
Wow.
Right. Yeah, where they at, though?
Hey, somebody said they called the line and it don't work. Make sure we got the phone lines on. Go ahead.
Because we want to hear from the peoples on this.
We've been on for an hour.
Right.
I would have
IT.
to say they probably don't work.
You forgot one very important person from that list. Where
What's
they
that?
at, though?
Yeah.
Where's the pastor?
Damn.
Woo!
Where is the pastor?
You
Where
know
they
what?
at?
I'm glad you brought that up. We for the last month or so, so much has happened, and the pastors is so invisible. It's almost like we forgot about
Hey,
it.
we went to camp and asked the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, God.
Where is he at?
Yeah.
Please bring him out.
Yeah, pastors, they just get a pass. We know they ain't showing up. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, pastors, because hey, y'all filling up our churches.
Right.
Hey, everywhere we go, everywhere I travel in IUIC, our schools is packed.
Yeah.
So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all doing the work of the Lord. Y'all sending people away from y'all all day, every day.
Right?
Keep doing what you're doing.
The
Keep
pastor's a
preaching lies.
hologram.
Keep preaching white Jesus, and y'all gonna keep sending everybody away from the church.
White Jesus.
So read that.
Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We are what?
Yet this day in our captivity.
Yet this day, meaning 2023, on April the 21st, we still in captivity. Because whether you want to admit it or not, guess what? This is slavery.
Right.
We were all brought here on slave ships. The so-called Jewish man still is not in Auschwitz setting up trying to get in the suburbs. He ain't out there. He didn't turn those ovens that he allegedly got burned up, and his family is now living there, and they all good.
Bring it out.
That ain't what's going on. He ain't put on the German football jersey, and now he trying to go to the university and earn a scholarship. That ain't what happened. Black people, wake up. You are still in the land of your captivity. And these articles, these videos that we keep showing you is an illustration that the Most High is trying to wake you up to realize, hey, wake up, sleepyhead. It's time for you to leave. All right? It's time for you to deliver yourself out of this land of captivity. Uh-oh. The phone lines are working. Dante Eugene fixed it. Hey, shalom, shalom. Caller, what's your name? Question or comment?
Most time, Christ bless.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Where you calling from and what's your question or comment?
I'm calling from Jonesboro, close to the Memphis camp.
Okay. Jonesboro, Arkansas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's going on?
You actually spoke to me a while back.
Yeah?
This is Zedekiah. Yes, sir.
Okay, Zedekiah. All praise.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm just watching, listening to what y'all saying, man. It's like this really show the scriptures, like, bro, we really two different manner of people, man.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, little Timmy is a little Grigory Vekarich is offended because nobody likes his Yamka yet. Freaking Rasheem Carter getting beheaded, and like it seemed like with these people, it's always about what something seem like besides what something is.
Right.
Like we clearly see the oppression, but it's like we got the straps pointed at us and all the hate and all the fire pointed at us. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
like, bro, these people really some demons, bro.
Really,
100%.
I don't know. Even without that, like the stuff y'all talk about, like masculinity and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having pride in yourself, like that stuff is seen as offensive to some people. But it's like they do stuff behind the scenes that make you. They do stuff behind the scenes like way worse than that. Like, bro, I don't know, man. Like America just, it's so much deception.
Right.
It's like they really want to keep you down, bro.
Yep.
It's crazy, man.
Hey, you on point. You on point, Zedekiah. We agree with you 1,000%, bro. Hey, we appreciate you for listening to the show and calling in, bro.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise. Did we have another call?
Yeah, it sounded like one was coming, but yeah. So now look how the parent is going to have to help this child overcome. You know, he's in the classroom, and you know all the white kids was laughing at him, right? Led by the teacher. You know what I'm saying? And so this kind of trauma, he's gonna live with for the rest of his life. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, right there. But you know, we are their music. As the scriptures say, we are their music. We are their laughter.
Let's get that next. Let's get somebody get that in songs. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from?
Hey, shalom. My name is Augustus King.
Augustus King. What's your question or comment? Where you calling from, Augustus?
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm late. I'm late for tuning in. It may not have anything to do with the classes, but I just hope we all come together real soon and put this, a madness besides us, instead of all this hatred going on between other camps, brother.
Oh, all praise. Hey, I'm gonna show you something about the other camps. Give me Isaiah 52:8. Because a lot of times, what you got to understand, guess what? That hatred, it ain't going nowhere. Because there's going to be somebody on the earth that has to embody Christ. You understand that?
I'm listening, my brother.
All right. So when somebody embodies Christ, guess what's going to happen? People are going to hate those individuals or that camp. Go ahead, read that. Isaiah 52:8.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye.
For all the camps going to see eye to eye when?
When the Lord shall bring again Zion.
So when we are placed back in the land, that's the only time we're going to be able to see eye to eye. I can speak on behalf of IUIC, not any other camp. But we here for peace. We don't speak evil of our brothers if it's not warranted. When our brothers and sisters in other camps and organizations have success, we big up him. When the brother made the movie, he ain't with us. We celebrated that he was the #1 movie in the world. When the refurbished ISUPK won a lawsuit against the state of Philadelphia, we put it on our newspaper. We was happy for him. When other camps debate with these other people and they win, we celebrate for brothers and sisters. But somehow we always find ourselves being hated on and slandered for different things. So we understand that it comes with following the works of Christ. Give me that in John where it says that they hated me.
Before you read that, I just didn't like, what happened, because it really didn't have to go this way, violently.
Oh, well, no, trust me. There was no violence. If you wanted to see violence, that was not violence. Last I checked, if you restrain somebody, that's not being violent. I've seen the video. I watched the video multiple times. Right. You guys held them down, not including you. You may not have been there. No, it was not.
The day when this happened, but they held them down. But now, this has made Israel look bad.
Yeah, I agree. It did. It did. Read that verse. You got it?
I'm not happy about it.
All praises. Well, I'm glad you're not happy about it. Maybe you'll reach out to the brothers that created the situation. Go ahead. You got that?
John chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
So understand, the brothers and sisters that keep the commandments and the faith of Christ, they are going to have hatred against them. Christ said it himself. He said, I came not to bring peace upon the earth, but I came to bring a sword. So understand that.
You know what, right before we go to the next thing, where are these brothers when the Rasheen Carters and
there you go.
Brother Neely and all of these things are happening? Where are they with us to stand for against the oppression of our people?
There you go.
But they so mad about this.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Israel love drama.
Come on.
Israel love drama. If everybody directed all their attention to keeping the commandments, we'd be up out of here. Go ahead, take the call. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from?
Shalom, Judah. Out of OKC.
OKC. What's going on, Judah?
Hey, can y'all get that script for me?
What you got? What you got?
Then that wicked be revealed. Second
Yes.
Thessalonians.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can bring that out for you. So you in the spirit. You in the spirit. We got people trying to sow
There's a joint. There's a joint that come on HBO Max called "Exterminate All Brutes." Go perfectly with that scripture.
All praise. Let's read it.
All praise to the Most High.
Y'all got it?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So what you had on that, brother? Did he leave? Call it gone? All right. So run that back again.
Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
And then shall that wicked be revealed. We can almost rename the Lions Den that, because that's what we doing every single week. We showing it to you time and time and time again.
That's right.
And guess what? God says we got to do that. But guess what? Unfortunately, a lot of black people that rock bandanas and no fringes, they got a problem with revealing the white man. They want to come against their own brothers more than they want to do what God told us to do, which is to reveal the wicked on the earth. And as Bishop went over yesterday, guess what? A lot of these brothers are going to get the same punishment that Esau has, because guess what? They got that same hatred that Cain had for his own brother.
Yeah, that's heavy too.
Hey, we got here to do the work of the Lord. Go ahead, Cap.
You got that song?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Psalm chapter 137 and verse 3. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
So, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? But understand, go back to where it said, sing us one of them songs.
Yes, sir. Sing us one of the songs, excuse me. For they that carried us away captive.
They that carried us away captive, read.
Required of us a song.
Right. That's why all of us, what do we have? Owners, managers, handlers. And who are they? They are always of the other nations, primarily Jewish individuals. And what do they require of us? A song. They use us for what? Entertainment. That is why when you speak out on things that matter to them, politics, religion, government, they get mad and upset. Because like, Negro, that ain't what you here for. You here to make me happy, sing, shuck, and jive, Negro. That's what you're here for.
What I wanted was Lamentations 3:63. Because this, look, the teacher made him put Vaseline on his face. Damn. So so what did he do? He must have had like a bowl of cotton or something like that. So here, put your face in that. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about, the humiliation.
Right.
You know, and you got all your classmates sitting around. And then there's going to be that one. It's going to be that one white boy or white girl. It's going to be like, that was wrong what they made you do.
Yep.
You know, and then you're going to feel yourself attached to them.
Yep.
When the scriptures say, trust not your enemies.
Right. Attached to Biff and Carter and Hunter and Garrett.
Biff. Damn. Biff's my buddy. He stuck up for me. Oh, go ahead, man. Read that.
Yes, sir. The book of Lamentation, chapter 3 and verse 63. Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music.
I am what?
Wow. I am their music.
I am their music. Go ahead. That's it?
Yes, sir. That's it.
No, read 64.
64. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord.
Render unto them. Pay them back, Lord. Pay them back for what they do to us. For the humiliation they take us through. Go ahead, finish it.
According to the work of their hands.
So that's what we looking for.
That's it.
That's what we looking for last night.
Yeah, that's what we looking for.
Go to the next article. Go to the next article. All right, what we got here? All right. So now we got the governor, soon to be president, DeSantis, showing y'all once again his true colors. Listen, this is going to be the man that's going to implement the Inquisition. I'm going to prophesy on that. He going to bring it. I think he going to bring it in. I'm just guesstimating. I ain't going to say it's going to happen. But I think he gonna be the one because this man is anti-woke, anti-black, anti-anything. That's what he do.
To this day.
Go ahead, read that. Is it a video?
Florida.
No, DeSantis. There you go.
DeSantis signs bill banning funding for college diversity programs.
So he went through. We went over this earlier a few months back about how they wanted to bring the bill, but now he has signed it. Go ahead.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation on Monday banning state funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at Florida's public universities, staging the event at New College of Florida, which the governor has transformed into a conservative higher education experiment.
So he has banned all diversity funding. This man is the devil himself. He take away money from anybody that's trying to wake up anybody. He say, hell no.
Right.
Don't be trying to wake up my slaves. Y'all, we got it good down here in Florida. Keep the slaves asleep. We charge them $400,000 for a 2-bedroom house. They play good football down here. They do everything we need them to do. We don't need y'all waking them up. Keep them asleep.
What?
Damn. He saw the damn devil. Give me that Habakkuk about justice. We brought it out last week.
Yep.
Because you ain't going to find it. You is not going to find it here. No, matter of fact, I want Psalms 94 about them framing mischief by law.
Yep.
That's what I want first. This is how they do these types of things. The pen is stronger than the sword. That's what black people never understand.
Yep.
Because we got all these guns, but we ain't got no pen. We ain't changed nothing in the law.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? Read.
Which frameth mischief by a law?
Which does what?
Which frameth mischief by a law?
This is framing mischief by a law. They implement a ban to take away funding from programs that benefit black and brown people.
Damn.
So that they can get the same level of education, the same type of programs, so that they can learn and do better for themselves. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they telling us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. When the little bootstraps we got, they take it from us.
So much for the Emancipation Proclamation.
There you go.
Out the window.
There you go. All over again. Go ahead. Read the, was that it on that?
There was a little more.
All right, go ahead.
Sir. A new college board revamped by DeSantis abolished the school's DEI office, and the college interim president recently fired the diversity dean. A precursor to what other Florida universities could experience under SB 266.
Right, that's what we went over earlier, how they're going to take away the fraternities, they're going to take away all the programs that deal, anything that deal with diverse groups, they're going to take away the funding.
Which was a centerpiece of DeSantis' aggressive legislative agenda this year.
Right, an aggressive legislative agenda this year. Like I said, he is the anti-woke president. Give me that Ephesians 5. But guess what? Contrary to popular belief, whether he like it or not, Israel will wake up. We will wake up whether he implement these things or not, and we will understand who we are in these last days. Give me that. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? Awake. I want to wake. Awake. We finna go through a few wake up.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake.
Wherefore he said what?
Awake.
God said to awake. So we don't give a damn what Governor DeSantis say about not waking up. God says awake, read.
Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
And arise from the dead. Right now, our people are dead here in this world. In America, we are the largest minority group. We make the most money, yet we're still asleep as a nation of people. Our people are sleeping. And every time somebody try to wake them up, shake them up a little bit, what happened? You saw what happened with Kyrie. You saw what happened with Kaepernick. You saw what happened with Kanye West. All these individuals, they've been trying to wake us up, and the white man is fighting vigilantly against us. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we got our own brothers that find time to set up right next to somebody that got the same understanding that we got, and they want to try to teach. And then we got people calling in saying, this is sad. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with our people? We out here doing the work of the Lord. What are you doing?
Y'all guys not thinking.
Right, exactly. Y'all are not thinking. Wake up. Read the verse again.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
And Christ shall give thee light. Because guess what? A lot of Israelites that are fronting, they are in the midst of darkness. And that's why they have covetousness against other individuals. Give me that in John 3 and 18. I'm going to show you why there's hatred from other camps dealing with IUIC. Why do they hate the bishop? Why do they slander and lie? For no reason. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Right.
You got that? John 3:19.
John chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation. That light.
That what?
That light is coming to the world.
Light has come into the world. Because what do we teach? What is the banner that IUIC stands on? It's Christ and the commandments. Proverbs 6 and 23 tells you that that's the light. Take the call real quick. Take the call. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment? Where you calling from? They hung up? All right, cool. So, read it again from the top.
And this is the condemnation.
This is the condemnation. Read.
That light is coming to the world.
That light has come into the world. Read.
And men love darkness.
And what?
And men love darkness.
Men love darkness what?
Rather than light.
Men love darkness rather than light. Read.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because their deeds are evil. That's why people will come and set up next to us instead of just go teach them themselves.
Right.
Just go teach wherever you teaching at. Don't bother us. We doing what we doing. But a lot of these individuals don't understand that. They want to set up right next to the prophets. We wasn't even going into that today. But if y'all got some precepts, go ahead and bring it out. We'll deal it with it scripturally. Go ahead.
Hey, go to Matthew 23. They got a Pharisee spirit.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't believe in the Bible. Matthew 23, where is it at? Twofold, the child of hell. No, Matthew 24.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what it is. Nah, Matthew 23.
Yeah, it's 23.
Yeah, Matthew 23 and verse 15.
Matthew 23.
Because like you stated, we teach light. We going up to go clean up the evil estate of our people. You got places like Jackson, Mississippi, where the murder rate is crazy.
Right.
It's like you got murder spirits throughout this country, throughout this global world, and you got time to sit up here and set up next to us rather than go and wake up the people that's killing each other down the block.
There you go.
Right?
There
Matthew
you go.
23, verse 15.
Matthew 23 and verse 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
What did Christ say?
Hypocrites.
You're an hypocrite because you professing that you a Jew, but in your works, it ain't there.
Right.
It is nowhere to be found. Read.
For ye compass sea and land.
You go out your way to research where we gonna set up at.
Right.
Read.
To make one proselyte.
To make what?
One proselyte.
Then you convert a nigga to being a super nigga. Read.
And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself.
He's worse than the way he started off before you met him. Straight up.
Hey, read that again, man. Read it again.
Matthew 23, verse 15.
Right.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
Right.
For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte.
To do what?
To make one proselyte.
Now it's for y'all. Damn.
That's cold-blooded.
Hey, jump out of 23.
Yes, sir. Verse
Jump out of 23.
Verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
He called them hypocrites again.
For ye pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted
what?
And have omitted.
Hey, lad, can you look at that definition? Have omitted. Go ahead.
The weightier matters of the law.
The what?
The weightier matters of the law.
The weightier matters of the law, because since it's out there, if you go back and you listen, these brothers are always slandering our bishop. Right. Always speaking slander and lying. They just lie and they're very disrespectful. And a lot of times it's men that have never met him, wasn't in his truth when he started. Just like with some of their leaders. I've never met some of their leaders that have been in the truth long before I have, right? But they want to speak evil. Now they want to carry it to a place of violence. They've omitted the weightier matters of the law. Read.
Yes, sir. Matters of the law, judgment, mercy.
What?
Mercy.
What?
Mercy.
They don't know nothing about mercy.
Right.
And Christ speaks about mercy all throughout the Bible. Go ahead.
And faith.
And faith.
All praises. So did he read omit yet?
No.
Go ahead, read it.
Read
it. Omit, leave out, or exclude, either intentionally.
Either what?
Intentionally. Or forgetfully.
So you have intentionally left out the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. Finish it.
Judgment, mercy, and faith.
These
ought ye to have done.
You should have did that.
And not to leave the other undone.
And now you got a whole community of people confused because they don't see what's going on. Because they ain't never been taught right.
All praises.
That's Bible.
All right, let's go back.
That's Bible.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from?
Shalom, leadership. Brother Bernard, Shreveport Camp.
Shreveport. What's going on, bruh?
Hey, everything good. I hear a lot of this old controversy about these people talking all this noise.
Right.
But you see, they want to set up everywhere you go. They want to set up where you go because they ain't had no follows. They don't know where to go. They want to follow wherever they can, like little puppies, you know, just smelling a little urine trail. You know, but the truth of it is, Ecclesiastes, Sirach 39:1, that to 3, that's the truth.
Right.
Sirach 39, chapter 1, 2, and 3, that's the truth. That's undeniable. Because, hey, I appreciate everything. My leadership is beautiful. Hey, just keep on doing the work. Keep on doing the work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right.
And he gave him the quick pull.
Y'all crazy. But hey, I'm trying to find the precept where they follow them, where they follow them from city to city. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment?
Shalom, most high in Christ bless. Most high in Christ bless.
Hey, shalom. What's going on, brother Joe?
I'm like, there ain't nobody. So you know who I was.
You going in and out?
You ain't know what? Bring it to me. Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
All right, yeah, my phone. Look, I ain't got the best phone, you know. I ain't just fortunate or something, you know.
I got you.
Richmond, but I was just calling in. You know, I really, I'm here with the officer. They got an officer here. Officer came see me, bro.
Hey, shalom, Cap. Officer Jeshurun.
Hey, shalom, officer. How we doing?
Good.
All praises.
But I just want to say something like, you know, that is so you know how they had to get Kaepernick out of there because you know I used to wear my hair in the fro and all that. You know, it was no, I really, but you know when he stopped standing up for the flag and I seen that,
right?
I stopped doing it too. I stopped doing it too. I swear. And the white teachers is mad as hell. I stopped doing it too. So we got to get rid of this nigga. This nigga is influencing. He gonna influence all the younger generation across the nation.
Right.
They already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I just seen them in the magazine, and we was reading something because they used to make us read magazines and whatnot. But I seen him, and I reading that. You know, I'm reading that, and they're like, they picked up for kneeling during the national anthem because such. I forgot exactly how I said it, but I stopped saying this shit when they were pledge allegiance to what?
Right.
I don't know what he kneeling for, but he kneeling for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm sitting, you know. But yeah, they ain't like that. But yeah, you know I had to call in most time Christ best.
All praise. We appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you for calling in, Brother Joe. My brother out there in Mississippi holding it down.
That's
in
right.
the ship. Hey, go to Matthew 23 and let's start at verse 31. We're gonna read down. This is what's going on, y'all, and this is what the bishops and the deacons has been preparing us for. And for those of you that know, you know what we talking about. Those of you that don't know, hey, you out the loop. It is what it is. You'll get it. But this is what's coming for us in these last days. This is why we telling y'all to support and donate. This is why. Because we ain't always gonna be here. Whether you believe it or not, we are bigger than what we even think we are. We are the face of the people that's going to take down the greatest nation that ever was.
That's right.
This is Babylon the Great, and we in the forefront of leading this thing. And guess what? Before the white man even comes, the black man is going to come against us physically. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Whether you believe it or not. Go ahead, read that.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves.
Start at verse 30.
Verse 30. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers.
Start at 29.
29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. Read.
Hypocrites.
Hypocrites. Read.
Because ye build up the tombs of the prophets.
You build the tombs of the prophets. Read.
And garnish the sepulchres of the righteous.
And you garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. Read.
And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers.
If we would have been in the days of our fathers, read.
We would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
You said we wouldn't have did this. We wouldn't have did that. Meanwhile, when Christ was walking the earth, the same man that was prophesied in Isaiah, in Ezekiel, in Daniel, in Psalms, in Proverbs, when he was right in front of your face, you prosecuted him. You persecuted him day in and day out. Guess what? Y'all doing the same thing today. The bishop ain't did nothing but bring understandings that's never been taught on this earth. And all you do is lie and slander on his name and everything that he's built. On all the bishops and deacons. Read it again.
Yes, sir. Verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
Hypocrites, read.
Because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous.
Read.
And say, if ye had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
That's what they saying. That's what they say. Hey, if they was real, if they was of the real 100% truth, we wouldn't do that to them. Because they ain't got the 100% truth. Read.
Wherefore, ye be witnesses unto yourselves.
Therefore, you are witnesses unto yourselves. Read.
That ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
Y'all are the same people that killed the prophets. When you got nerve to set up camp next to brothers that have been teaching for years in that spot, and you come set up for what? The Bible tell you to do the exact opposite. It says, I'd rather go where the gospel has not been preached. Read.
Verse 32. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell?
Read.
Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes.
Wise men and scribes, read.
And some of them.
And some of them, understand this, y'all. Some of them what?
Ye shall kill.
Some of us are going to be killed by our own brothers. It ain't going to be COINTELPRO. It ain't going to be the ADL. It ain't going to be the SPLC. It's going to be the prophets. It's going to be the Pharisees and the scribes. Guess what? They were Israelites. It's going to be other Israelite organizations that are going to want blood. Understand that. And that's why we're going over this. The Bible must come to pass.
That's right.
Bishop been going over this for years. But it's getting to that level. And those that like it say in Revelation, he that have an ear, let him hear. Read.
And some of them ye shall kill and crucify. And some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues.
Some of them what?
Some of them shall, some of them ye shall ye scourge in your synagogues. And persecute them.
This the key part. And persecute them what?
From city.
From what?
From city.
From city.
To city.
To city. That's why they follow us around all over the place. Like groupies. Because you got to ask yourself, IUIC, we go everywhere.
Right.
We everywhere. And when we there, guess what? We for our people.
Right.
When Rasheem Carter is
they
murdered.
didn't follow us there?
No, they ain't follow, because that's where to work at. We there. When the brothers last year we had the all summer blitz. We wasn't following nobody around for that. Because guess what? What we set up shop for our people. The Spirit of Christ is with us. Give me that in Genesis real quick, where it says, unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Because what Christ is, that's where the people going to be at.
That's
Understand that. When you teach Christ, that is when the people come. We don't teach the Bible of hatred and dissimulation and contention. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Genesis 49 and verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
Read.
Until Shiloh come.
Until Shiloh come, read.
And unto him.
Unto him what?
Shall the gathering of the people be.
You see that? Unto Christ will be the gathering of the people. So if you put anybody above Christ, you're in the wrong. And that's what a lot of people like to do. They like to say they got the 100% true. It ain't Christ. It ain't Christ giving you the understanding. Last I checked, it says, ooh, our hearts burn within us when you open unto us the scriptures. Who's going to anybody else besides the bishops and deacons for understanding?
Right.
Oh, show me your revelation breakdown from 1 to verse 22 where you giving us the understanding of that.
Right.
You ain't got it. Y'all ain't got it. We know where the understanding at. And we know we're going to be persecuted for following Christ and following the understanding and who he gave it to.
That's right.
Because it ain't go to everybody. Go ahead, Lab.
John chapter 16. John chapter 16. On that note, because with the situation that happened yesterday, it's gonna happen, and it's ironic at the timing, right? It's ironic, but read that. Start at verse 1.
Verse 1, yes, sir. John chapter 16 and verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended.
So we already understand what's going to happen. So we not offended by this. You brothers got to get your mind right. You're the ones offended that we teaching and the people are gathering, and the people are repenting.
Right.
So you don't like that Israelites, the IUIC is doing the Lord's work, and you sitting at home on the couch.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 2, they shall put you out of the synagogues.
They shall what?
They shall put you out of the synagogues.
These brothers got another school? That's what they want to do. Put us out the synagogues, read.
Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service.
These brothers think they doing a good thing. So we got to stop these niggas from teaching. They started in New York. Now they in all across the country. Nah, brothers. You brothers don't know the scriptures. That's why you doing what you doing.
Right.
Read.
Verse 3. And these things will they do unto you because they have not known the Father.
They have not what?
Not known the Father.
They do not know the Father. They don't know what they doing. They don't even know what they getting themselves into. They just playing their role right now. But we understand that it got to happen. Somebody got to do it. It got to be haters amongst us. It was Pharisees in the past. They got to be here today.
Yep.
So, hey, all praise.
Hey, can I land back over that real quick? Go to Acts 17.
Bring it out.
Go to Acts 17. They don't believe in the Father, right? I'm with you. There's somebody else they don't believe in. Acts 17, read verse 1 and 2 real quick.
Acts 17 and verse 1. Now, when they had passed through
Yep. Go ahead, read.
yes.
And Apollonia.
They came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews.
This is the same spirit that we do with travel, right? Read.
And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them.
The people that need to hear the word. Come on.
And 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures.
Come on.
Opening and alleging that Christ must needs have suffered and risen again from the dead. And that this Jesus, whom I preach unto you, is Christ.
So we travel through the four corners of the earth showing Christ out the Bible, right? What happens when people do like they did the other day? Jump to verse 5.
Verse 5. But the Jews, which believe not.
Which what?
Which believe not.
They don't believe in Christ, read.
Moved with envy.
They were pissed off, read.
Took unto them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort.
They brought some low brothers out there.
And gathered a company. And set all the city on an uproar. And assaulted the house of Jason.
And they did what?
And assaulted the house of Jason.
Come on.
And sought to bring them out to the people.
There you go. Y'all literally in the Bible, and you can't see it. You can't see it.
That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy right there, officer. So, hey.
You got one? No? All right, Romans 15.
Bring
just
it
to
out.
finish
15,
up.
20? Yeah.
You already know. I tried to throw you a lob.
Sir. Yes, sir. The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 20.
Bring it out.
Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel, not where Christ was named.
Not on the same corners.
Lest I should build upon another man's foundation.
Lest I should what?
Build upon another man's foundation.
Because Christ already been named there.
Right.
You see the fruits coming. All right? So, hey, just pray our brothers repent.
That's it.
That's Bible.
All right.
That's it. That's it. So, hey, man, y'all done got us all the way off topic. We couldn't even expose the white man the way we wanted to today. We had to deal with some madness. So it is what it is.
Man.
But guess what? Y'all see what y'all got? Y'all got more Bible, like he said.
More Bible.
The scriptures speak about everything. The scriptures speak about everything because those that know understand Christ was murdered by his own people. They said, give us Barabbas. And guess what? A lot of y'all going to do the same thing today. The same exact thing. So, hey, it's 8:56. I want to give a shout out to the IT team. Shout out to Officer New Guy. Shout out to Officer Duell. Shout out to Officer Anathiah. Shout out to Officer Abel. Shout out to the security. Shout out to all the sisters putting in their bricks. Shout out to the crew, Officer Had, Officer Abel, Social Liaison, Officer Haziel, Captain Kimuel, Officer Michael in the spirit. All praises. Hey, and most of all, as always, y'all know what time it is. Shout out to the viewers, y'all. We thank you for all the donations. We thank you for tuning in. First and foremost, tune in next week, 7 p.m. for the Lions Den radio show. With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is